Hello Raiders, this is Sly. Once again, this is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today's video is going to be very interesting. Alright, as we can see, we have a times 2 or times 10 boosted summoning events, but that's not really why we're here. Right? I understand it's gonna be like uh, when you get one, you'll get another one for free. Alright, extra legendary. Right? But that's not really why we're here because we have pretty much I have this champions here. So two of this probably I don't have it yet. All right. And I pretty much have all these champions as well. So, and I don't really need these champions here. So I'll pass on that. Probably next time, Plarium. All right. But we're actually here for the Doom Tower boss. I know most of you probably guys are getting really a headache on how to beat the Doom Tower boss, the Grythion. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start here. Okay. Um, Let me just go to Doom Tower and I'll play a video. One second. All right. As you can see right here, I'm trying to battle the boss. This boss name's Grythion. So it has like it's actually immune to stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, sort other like debuffs. So you cannot use Seeker or to provoke him. It's not gonna work like the um, let's say Magma boss. Also, they it also have like the fair wind. Grythion's turn meter is decreased. The turn meter of all enemies will be decreased by the same amount. All enemies, wow. Place a stun debuff for one turn enemies with fully depleted turn meter. And then whenever the enemy turn meter is filled, Grythion turn meter will be filled the same amount. Turn meter increase are tracked and counted individually for each enemy. So just imagine that. The total turn meters that has been filled, okay, for each champion that Grythion will be getting. So it's going to be a disadvantage for you guys. And this, he has really this celestial bond that adds one sky bond buff to Grythion at the start of each turn. Also, whenever the enemy HP drops below 50%, all right, then Skybond would increase his attack up to like 5% per. That's going to be a total of 100%, 60% for. Um, let's see, let me just review that a bit. Okay. All right. So 50, 100% for attack, um, increase attack 100% at the total of 20 turns. Critical rate 60, critical damage 100%. Okay. That's going to be up to 20 turns if you weren't able to kill him. And then speed is going to be 50. All right. And then after ninth turn, we'll ignore shield, block damage, and killable buffs when Tithian has 10 or more Skybind buffs. All right. And then, okay, so you really got to kill this boss on the ninth turn, or else you'll be having a hard time. You'll be doomed. Let's say, let's just put it that way. All right. Also here, let me, where's that? Skybond. Here you go. Let's review this skill. Fair wind. Okay. So we all know some of the passive actually would prevent you from doing more damage on based on enemy max HP, which is 10%, then 50% decrease on turn meter effects. But this one is really crucial to the champions that you'll be picking or to the comp that you will be um, let's say you'll you'll use on this boss. So whenever Griffon's turn meter is decreased, the turn meters of all enemies will be decreased by the same amount. Wow. And place a stun debuff for one turn on enemies with fully depleted turn meter. So let's say you have a champion, okay, that has really that can fully deplete turn meter. Then after he does that skill, then he will be stunned or she will be stunned like Lysandra. And what's actually worst is whenever an enemy turns meter is filled, Grythion's turn meter will be filled the same amount, right? And there's more. Turn meter increase are tracked and counted individually for each enemy. Let's say counted individually. What do you mean by that? It's like whenever if my turn meter is filled by 30%, then 30% on my other ally, 30%, that's going to be the total. So this bus could have its turn right away. It's like an automatic next turn, all right, extra turn. Okay, whenever you do some. So um, how you can avoid this is you don't have to use a champion, which would actually increase or decrease turn meter. It's going to be a disadvantage for you guys. All right. So, okay, let's continue. All right, let's continue. And then the other passive is this one, Skybond. All right, we already know that. So 100% attack. Wow, on its 20th turn, and then critical rate 60 on its 20th turn. Critical damage 100 on its 20th turn. Right, so you really got to kill this boss really quickly. So you need to really have champion a gear that really has a high speed gear and champion that could do tons of damage. All right, and then removes all buff. His skills. Let me just review that. There's one more passive. Attacks an enemy whenever HP drops below 50%. This attack places 10% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. Wow. So let's say if you have champion probably over 50% in this boss attacks, he's gonna do another attack like for that specific champion. That champion would probably die. All right. This boss skill set is really insane here. So, okay. And then this is the okay, let me check. Let me review the skill. All right, so remove all buffs from all enemies, then attacks all enemies. The buff removal cannot be resisted. Damage increased by 10% for each buff remove. So if you really have a champion that's really so much buff in your team, like Mizuleo Mage, like Sifi, like any other champion that does that. So you could be durable. It could last long on each on a specific battle. You gotta avoid that, or maybe you can just use that after this boss skills, after he casts the skills. So you gotta be really mindful in that. All right, then that's 10% damage increase. So Um, next skill. Transfer all debuffs from Grythion to each enemy, then attacks all enemies, fills Grythion's turn meter by 5% for each debuff transferred. So, buff or debuff, if you do have those kind of champions, it's going to be a disadvantage for you unless it will only last for a turn or a couple of turns, and then you gotta time it, all right? You gotta time it. So turn order knowledge is a must on this boss. Um, it's really a must. Then, because it's else your team is gonna really, you know, be wiped out. Then last skill is gonna be like attack. What was that? Attack. What was that skill? Okay. All right. Attacks one enemy has a 100% chance of placing fear. Wow. Wow, this boss is really insane. Plarium is really giving us a hard time as the time goes by. Each Doom Tower boss is getting harder and harder, and it's really hard for free to play or low spinners to keep up unless they really spend, you know. So that's how Plarium probably manipulates this. Okay, but it's okay. We're up to challenge Plarium. We can beat this. We can help each other to beat this boss. All right, and that's what I'm gonna want to show you. Okay, I accept the challenge. We accept the challenge. So let's go. All right. So first, okay, let's use the skill, Septimus skill right away. All right. So just imagine if we can maximize that damage, it won't be capped to 10%, then that boss could probably, we're gonna do half damage on this boss. Anyway, we can do this. So, and this comp, all right, you would see there after the boss uses the, um, let's say his ultimate skills, right? His strongest skills. That's the time that after that I use the counter skills for Martyr, or else it's gonna be removed by him, right? So the reason why I put Martyr because he has like A1, like decreased defense, but Septimus would extend it, so it's still gonna be transferred to me after once the boss casts his second skill. You see? So Septimus died there, but we did tons of damage. Okay, and we can counter now. So. That's cool. That's cool. And I actually waited for this for my two Septimus to be revived. All right. Now, one thing I want to emphasize here is you can use a champion that does tons of damage, put him on a really fast speed or relentless set or a life steal set so he could regenerate HP and won't be attacked twice because the boss have that kind of skills. And then that's pretty much about it. Put some defense, all right, and put like War Master masteries so he can get back to his full HP before this another the next turn of the boss. You see, Krila and Martyr really does a good job here because they can regain their HP back and then they could Skrilla can do shield, all right, although it's a bit really lesser shield value, but it's still gonna help, okay, for survivability. And then Martyr here is the counter, so give us more damage and survivability as well. So all right, I'm hoping that we could do this. So nine, so we already have the nine what do you call that, the bond um, counter. So nine. Right now, the okay shield's not gonna work. It's gonna be ignored. But we're on. Okay, probably 10% of boss health. So just a couple more turns. I guess we can do this. All right. So Martyr's gonna do the counter. Well, that's actually wrong timing. That's a bad timing there. I could have waited for another turn or the next turn, but it's okay. I think we can do this. I think we can do this. They have life steal set and War Master, so and they're an HP and defense. Martyr's defense based champion, and then I probably put Krila on a defense life steal set, so she's really tough. All right, so that's it. Okay, so as you can see, we were able to beat the boss. All right. Um, turns. Not sure how many turns was that. Probably it was 12, the 12th turn. But still we were able to beat it. Okay, so gonna just stop this video here. All right. Okay, so here we are. I can finally move up. I started normal, but I heard a lot about this boss. Most of the player are complaining this boss is really tough. But as long as you were able to know how to counter the skills, what kind of champion needs to be used, then you'll be good to go. All right. Um, okay, so just to give you a quick recap, we need to use the champion that does tons of damage, put them in a lifesteal set with War Master, make the speed of build like 200 plus. so they could really do more damage. As for my champion, I haven't really changed the gears because I don't want to spend a lot just for that boss. Probably on a higher floor, I might be struggling, so I really need to change. It's a must to change the gears. But for now, just take it easy, you know. As long as you can beat the boss, there's nothing. Okay, no problem with that. Right? Even if it takes you more time. I know we don't have to compete with the whale, so we can just clear the probably the floor for less than a minute. We don't have to. All right. And I hope you learned something from this. Um, if you do have other strategies, please feel free to put a comment below, and then please share it to us so we can share it to someone else who really needs help. And of course, please like the video and consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so the next video you will be notified and we can uh, so you can get more ideas on how to be competitive or how to beat certain dungeons that you might be struggling. We could give you tips and tricks. All right. And if you want a specific video that I could probably help you, just let me know by putting a comment below, typing it in the comment. Then we'll uh, do some or we'll make some video, okay, as possible as I can. And thank you so much. This is Sly once again. You have a great day and happy summoning.